Yo, what's up? It's Kalin and Myles, and we're hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
I gotta let you guys know, since it is Flashback Friday, we're gonna take it back to 2013.
Let's get it.
The first official debut EP for you guys.
Ooh.
You guys did a song with the homegirl from San Ramon, Amber Lily.
Oh, okay.
Let me know about that. How did you guys get together, and how was shooting that video that you guys did also?
Yeah, we could tell you, but do you think you would be able to keep up?
I don't know. I'll try to keep up,
I
but
see what you did there.
Yeah, that was the name of the song. But yeah, no, shout out to Amber Lily. There was a song where we wanted to get a girl's, perspective, a girl's voice on, and it was like our first time, I think, collabing like that. So it was awesome.
Yeah, our manager actually met her at some kind of music-related function down here in LA, and then just kind of connected the dots because she was from the Bay too, and so that's how that all worked out. And she wrote the hook, and she was awesome. Sounds great.
She came in in one take, and being a singer myself, I was just like, I don't want to sing anymore. She's talented.
Shout out to Amber. One time.
now, and speaking of you singing, I know you were shy in the beginning. You had opportunities, and I don't know if you actually choked, but you wouldn't get through it. So how did you overcome that fear?
I think my mom had a lot to do with that. Just kind of just putting me in these awkward situations and everybody looking at me like. So maybe to get them to stop looking at me, I would just do it and be like, fine, here, there you go. I mean, it didn't sound that good, but the more and more I did, the little confidence that I gained. So just by forcing myself to sing in front of little audiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was this transition like, coming from an unsigned artist? You guys were doing your thing already, and it seemed like you guys were already making a buzz out there in the Bay. But once you guys got connected with the label, how did that work out? How did that transition?
I think just stuff online would start happening, and I think that's where a lot of music discovery is also happening as well too. So I think there was just a couple A&Rs from different labels that were interested, and I just remember Grover telling us one time that there's going to be somebody from Republic coming by to check out a show, and so we were pretty excited about that. So I think just all online, pretty organic. So
yeah, shout out to Naeem.
There you go. So the first debut EP that you guys officially did with the label, you guys got to work with Benji Madden from Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
What was that like, man? First time going into the studio with that guy. Did you guys fangirl? How did that work out?
Yeah, personally, I respect their music and everything, but I didn't grow up listening to them. Mm-hmm. But it was our first time in a real studio, so I was just in awe. It was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, and I was a big fan of all that. But going into it, this kind of all happened organically too, because we had this song kind of saved up from a year before we got on with the label. So he kind of just hit us up in one of our booking emails and was like, "Yo, what's up? I'd love to work with you guys." And I was like, Is this real?
He hit us up on Twitter first, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. And we were like, "Damn."
Wait. So he hit you guys up before the label happened, or this was
a year before the label happened?
Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool. But Benji is such a humble guy. He's probably one of the most humble people we've met in the industry. Yeah. So he made it really comfortable for us. In there, yo, this is tight. I just want to vibe out and just kind of not change what you guys are doing, but kind of lift it up a little bit. So we just made a couple of songs with him, and No Ordinary Girl came out really good.
Shout out to Courtney too.
Hey.
Yeah. So now that you guys can go to an actual recording studio to do your music, do you still do anything back at home like you did before, or how does that work?
Oh yeah, I have my laptop with me all the time, and that's where I make beats on, and we have a little excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me try that one more time.
A little 7-Up. A little 7-Up or Sprite.
We have a little setup in the back of the bus. And we're always recording and doing stuff on our own too, so that's good.
Speaking of always recording, on the tour announcement that you guys did towards the end, you mentioned new music coming soon. Yeah. So is that something you guys are already have planned out, or what can we expect with new music? A new album?
We're definitely working on new music. I feel in society these days, fans and just people in general consume music so fast. So we're constantly trying to work and put some new stuff out, but we just want to put it out as well because they crave it, which is such a cool feeling. They want to hear new music all the time, but sometimes he has to get approved through everything. But on this tour, we're going to be playing some new music in our set. So if you want to hear some first, come to our show.
Yeah, the releasing process is a little different now. So we're kind of trying to work in with that still. But, yeah, definitely trying to drop some things soon. Okay. So, like, maybe sooner than you think.
And walking in here with you playing the acoustic, that was one of the questions I want to ask, because you guys tweeted or Instagrammed about it a couple days ago, working on some acoustic stuff for the tour. So, I mean, what can you tell us about acoustics and your music?
Oh, man. Well, first off, I'm just thankful that we're able to do acoustics. Like, I've been trying to really practice with my voice and trying to get it so it doesn't hurt people's ears. So I'm just very thankful that Nick Cooper has been helping me out. So I'm trying to put in that work so that way, you know, they can enjoy that a little bit more from my end.
It's definitely cool to have, like, the studio side, because, like, we love getting into all that, like, production and recording and everything. But, you know, we also are big fans of just, like, the raw sound as well. So a little campfire little thing. So.
So we're on tour number, what, 3 already?
Yeah. No, actually, this is our 4th tour. This is our third headlining. Third headlining tour.
Third headline. All right. So how has each tour changed for you guys, and how do you guys feel you've grown throughout each tour?
Oh, what a great question. I think we've grown together. I think, like, our stage presence, I think, has developed over time to where, like, we know what moves we're going to hit before we even think about it. I think just being around each other all the time, you get that, you know, development in each other that can really, like, you know, show on stage and in the shows.
I think definitely in, like, our relationship too kind of got a lot stronger as well, kind of more like a brother to brother thing. More like versus like just a friends, you know what I mean? So that is one thing, and just like the size of the rooms, you know, showing progression thankfully. And yeah, main thing would just be stage presence and the turn up is being real on. More so like the Can Fam's part, because like they were getting it at first, like we were trying to show it to them, and then they're like really bringing it now. So
now it's like a competition. Like we just feed off of each other's energy, and by the end of our show, we're just like, it's hot in here. Take off our clothes.
So during this tour, like, how many songs are you guys performing? And at the end of the tour, are you guys drained out, or you still have room for more?
Yeah, so we have about an hour to an hour 15 set, depending on, you know, what they feel or if we want to add some more stuff in. But
or when the venue kicks us out.
Or when the venue is like, there's a time, we could play all night. But I think at the end of the tour, we're going to look for another project to get on. Like, I think being on tour is like a second home. It just feels like we're in the right spot, for sure.
Definitely trying to find a rest when we can. Hopefully gonna take a nap right after this. But yeah, we've been like, it's been getting pretty busy here lately. So yeah.
Are you skating on tour, or did you have to drop that?
Man, I have my skateboard with me just in case I get free time. But here recently, it's just been
busy,
pretty packed. Yeah. But yeah, I got it with me for sure.
Okay. Now I see there's a couple other artists out there right now. So being in the label right now, have you received any other hype from any other artists from your label that, you know, maybe want to work with you, or you guys might want to work with?
I'm not sure if she's on our label, but shout out to Jordan Sparks. She's been showing a lot of love with our new record, Trampoline. Man, we just met her recently at I think it was like the Grammy Radio Room, and we bumped into her, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your guys' music." We're like, "We're big fans," and she was like, "Let's get a picture." We're like, "With us?" We're just like, it's crazy. So that's definitely one of the ones that stand out. She's just like one of the sweetest, you know, people we've ever met.
Okay. So working on Dedication, the EP, who was the hardest person to work with between you two?
Who
was having the hardest time in the studio, like whether writing lyrics or producing?
Me. That's every time. Yeah. I mean, there was one time where actually with Benji session where I was in the booth for probably like 4 hours. Just like
Chase Dreams though.
Dedication.
But yeah.
Dedication was smooth.
All right.
But just going on that experience of like who struggles more, probably me. But like I'm just trying to, you know, figure it out. But shout out to Benji for being so like patient with me, and Courtney too.
Definitely. So I mean, I'm glad that we got to hang out finally. And Dedication tour just started. This is day 3, I believe. So you guys be sure to check them out on tour. Hopefully, full-length album this year, guys.
Hey, we're trying to get some new music out. No promises, but we're really trying, man.
Right. We'll get some new music out this year for sure.
So why should people listen or check out Kalin and Myles?
Oh man, I think you guys should check us out because check us out because we love to have fun with our music. Nothing's so serious. We try to spread a positive message. We try to be them prime examples of people who can chase their dreams, and we're trying to do that for you.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's all about having fun for sure, like you said, and being positive. So,
awesome.
Let's get it.
Get it.